Good morning. I hope that you're all doing very well. I wrote down some notes. So there's once again a bit all over the place. So let's see how this goes. I was confronting this feeling yesterday of like this heart longing. And I noticed this heart longing, it wanted to kind of cling to somebody. So you might be encountering that with a lot of the sensations coming up right now. You might be having this sensation that you really want someone to save you, right? You want someone to kind of rescue you from this process. And this is a really unconscious feeling. It can kind of come from the subconscious. And it's just a normal thing, and we don't have to be in reaction to this sensation. We don't actually have to believe it, because no one actually can save you. People can hold space for you, people can support you, but you're your own savior. You're the one that you've been searching for to save you. It's like, that's gonna happen. That's an inside job, okay? So, if you go with that feeling, notice it will actually pull you down. It will actually pull your vibration down if you actually believe that feeling. But if you could just simply hold space for that one who feels like it needs to be saved by another, that will be really helpful for you. It's possible to connect with another without clinging to them. A lot of this desire to like cling to another and for another to save us is just for unmet. It's like for that inner child. It really wants mommy or it really wants daddy. It's just like a lot of its unmet needs are coming up. And when we were little, that was like a true energetic shape, like, oh, mommy, daddy. But it's like you're an adult now. You have enough spaciousness now. Spaciousness, that can be a hard word to say first thing in the morning. You have enough of an emotional capacity now to let that somatic shape, that energetic shape come up in your own body, to have its own expression and experience. This isn't about repression or suppression. This is about just allowing that energy to come up, like, oh, I want someone to save me so bad, that longing. And to just let it be there. We don't get identified with it. And a really good teacher once told me, when we let that shape of longing come up fully in our own body, it backfills with divine light. So this is about having the inner strength and the inner capacity to allow this feeling fully without believing it, seeing through it, seeing it for what it is. It's just an unconscious energy that wants love and wants light. From you, from God, from the divine. This energy that comes up, it ain't a reason to go text Sally or John or Tim or Sue or whoever. This ain't a reason to go get in a romantic relationship, okay? That might temporarily feel good, but in the long term, it's no solution. So be with that feeling directly the best you can. Another thing that's happening right now is a lot more life force might be coming online for you, okay? So this is going to create all kinds of symptoms. This life force, as it comes online, it's going to run into blockages, energetic blockages in your body, in your chakra system. So, you might feel times of just feeling constricted in the heart center. You might feel like heart chakra stuff going on. A lot of you might feel a lot of shaking, a lot of chills. Insomnia could be a big one right now. Irritability, itching, restlessness. A lot of you guys are having just tons of light activating within your energy fields and in your body. So you could just notice yourself unable to sit still. And it might be hard for you to channel this energy into a productive way of using it for a while, because you're kind of having to recalibrate your system, your body. Your nervous system is having to recalibrate to this much energy, this much life force. It's like for a while we have to learn how to hold it before we can really use it productively, right? So you might feel very scattered and racy. You might feel like you just need to distract all day, like it's just you're just shaking, you're buzzing, you know. I wrote down you could have massive diet fluctuations. I have even been having that. Some days I'm barely eating at all. Other days I'm just like devouring entire whatever. I had a whole pie of quiche yesterday. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of food. So just let that be. Your body will find homeostasis with this much energy. It will. You can handle this charge. It's a new charge. We're all being asked to carry a new charge, I feel like. So turn towards the divine the best you can and ask the divine for support, right? That's who's bringing the charge online for you anyways. It's the divine. So let this, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a lot of energy, turn towards your higher power. Ask for help from above, from below, okay? And do some authentic movement. Dance, you know, that's a big one. Blast some music and dance. Journal it. Let the energy journal. Shake it out. Let yourself go for long walks. Be in nature. Be next to things. What helps you ground? For me, going to this certain group I go to is so grounding. Anything that can help you steady this energy, right? And know that it's not a problem. This is a beautiful thing. A lot of times, so much energy starts waking up in us. Our psyche, our mind tells us it's some kind of problem. This is not a problem. This is a gift. This is more of you waking up, okay? This is more of your divine light starting to birth within you. So this is a blessing. This is a beautiful thing. And this ties into the next point. One of the things that can happen when all this life force and this divine light comes online, well, it's going to shine a light on some ancestral energies that have been playing out within you. And a lot of times these ancestral energies, they have shadow elements. This divine energy is going to shine a light on any shadows that you've been carrying. It's going to show you more of your unconscious energies. And therefore, more of your unconscious energies are going to be flowing up to the surface to be met by you, to be integrated. So you might be feeling unconscious rage, sadness. Terror will be a big one. Terror, shame. Shame's a big one too. A lot of us carry a ton of shame in our ancestral lineage. And this shame has a momentum. This terror has a momentum because it was set in motion a long time ago. And we're here to bring resolution to these ancestral energies in this lifetime. Hell, we might have even set them into motion 10 lifetimes ago, 100 lifetimes ago. You never really know. And so it's a blessing that you get to bring resolution to these darker ancestral energies in this lifetime. This is what's really going to end violence on Earth, you know. This is what's going to end the illusion of separation. You ending that illusion within yourself and noticing you're not separate from anything within your own being. You get to bring this darkness back home to love, back home to light. And the divine's helping you. That's what all this life force is actually for. And actually, the more ancestral energies that you digest and dissolve with your light, the more that those energies just transmute into light, and the more light you're able to carry, the more consciousness and awareness that you're going to be able to hold in your field. So, hope that makes sense. But just know these ancestral energies, they have a momentum. So it can feel like a big job to dissolve them. It just takes time. It takes time for that momentum to dissipate. And for you to sort of like step into this new template, this new ancestral timeline. You could say you're birthing a new timeline or whatever. Okay, as your spiritual powers increase, you'll be able to be with this darkness much more easily. It's like your power of focus and concentration and your power, like just your presence will become a lot more powerful. So it's going to be harder for darkness to survive in your energy field. And when you do feel darkness, through concentration and focus, you'll be able to like burn it out of your system easier. the more feminine way to say that is you'll be able to bring more love to it, so it will dissolve quicker. Okay, so this does get easier as your spiritual powers increase, because when your powers increase, you're more easily able to focus your mind, to focus your energies, to focus the intuitive mind. And then you can just bring such a deeper presence to darkness. And so things don't bother you as much. And so that's what's coming for a lot of you guys too, is you're going to start waking up to this spiritual power. That's what all this energy is. As this energy gets calibrated, as it gets integrated, as you feel more at ease, carrying a lot more light, you're going to feel a lot more powerful. And then the darkness you encounter won't be such a big deal. It won't be as much of a big deal. And yes, you're going to, it seems like the more powerful you get, life meets you where you are, and you do get some really big tests and challenges, that because you need them at a certain point. You need things that are going to test you and challenge you to keep growing. I don't care how far you get on this path, how much light you're carrying. Life's going to help you to keep growing, to keep expanding. That's the whole point of being here. But you have so much more clarity, in a sense, a lot more clarity through the challenges, and so much more power. And in that way, it gets easier. You don't get as confused. You can still get kind of confused, but not as confused. Okay, this is a good point. The purer you become, the less darkness will be able to survive in your field. So that's kind of the same way of saying the same thing. You become pure by devoting your life to the divine, becoming extremely devoted to the divine, surrendering your personal will, living for the highest good. This is how you become pure. You become pure by living a divine way of life. Yeah, I've noticed that myself, that I tend to create darkness when I'm out of alignment with the divine, when I'm in personal will, when I'm in personal desire. But as that all falls away, eventually you're just going to want to live for the divine, because that's where all the good stuff is. That's where Ananda is. That's where real joy is. A real sense of love, like a divine love. A divine love transcends anything else that we could experience through personal will. And when that divine love starts activating and coming online, it's just natural that you're going to want to live a life of purity, a life of service, a life of devoting yourself to the one, a life of surrendering your personal will. When you finally seen through the fact that none of your personal desires will ever satisfy you, that only divine love will do it for you, that's when it becomes pretty automatic that you're going to live a pure lifestyle, or you're going to live a very pure life. And when you're living a pure life, darkness can't really mess with you nearly as much. When you're in personal will, trying to fulfill your personal desires, of course, that's when you're going to get hit maybe a lot more. That's been my experience, okay? So just take that for what you will and see what that does for you. The last thing, when you're aligned with divine will, when you're devoting your life to the divine, when you're living a pure lifestyle, effortlessly keeping thoughts on aspirational realities is a thing. That's what naturally happens. You'll notice that when you're living a pure lifestyle and you're living a life devoted to the divine, you're going to feel your thought streams, they're going to be supported by this divine current. And you're going to be more easily able to focus on aspirational realities. You're going to be connected more to the sense of faith, that everything is moving towards something really beautiful. When you're having thoughts, that's kind of what they'll be. So this life, I'm noticing, is just about that. It's like it's about finding a way to connect to this divine current, this energetic divine current that's always here. And finding like, okay, how do I leave that current, and why do I leave it? What am I believing when I'm leaving that current, right? Usually it's like some ancestral energy, unconscious energy, desire we're believing, and we go chase after it. instead of having the inner power to see through it, that desire is actually not going to make us happy. But sometimes we have to experience like that desire out to realize, shit, yeah, that nothing's there. Actually, what I want is to be aligned with this divine current. I want to be in this divine flow. I want to live this life of purity, because that's where all the true joy, love, peace, and actual happiness is. Not saying it's going to be easy, but it's much better. And if, at a certain point, it becomes the only way to live. It's like the path gets narrower and narrower and narrower until there's union with God. Union with the divine. And then purity and living a life devoted to God and all that. It just is. It almost isn't a choice anymore. It's just who you've become through your experiences, through your knowings, and through the wisdom you've accumulated. Okay? That's it. I love you guys. Thanks for joining the Patreon, sending your donations. I love meeting with you one-on-one as well. All major blessings. And just thanks for being here. Your presence is super valued. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful day. Namaste.